Todd Copley. My official county title is Union President, Union Affairs, but by trade I'm a carpenter in general services. I am the 2003 World Duck Calling Champion, the 2010 World Champion of Champions Duck Caller, and the 2021 Senior World Duck Calling Champion. I was pushed into this when I was actually 17 years old. I was a committee member for a Ducks Unlimited committee here in Des Moines, and the guys on the committee had to have somebody represent that chapter of Ducks Unlimited in the Iowa State Duck Calling Contest. And I was learning how. The guy that was kind of teaching me, who eventually turned in to be my father-in-law about 15 years later, nominated me to compete and represent him. There was 17 guys in the contest. I finished 38th, and I was hooked. I'm competitive anyway. I didn't really take it serious until probably 1995. That was the first time I actually qualified for the World Duck Calling Contest, and I finished 4th in the world that year. I've competed every year down there from 1995 until 2010. I finished in the top 10 of the contest 15 times. I've been in the top 5 13 times, and the top 3 9. So I've been very, very fortunate. I've been very, very lucky. It's a lot of luck, but usually there's anywhere between 65 and 75 guys in this contest. Represents every state. California, Arkansas, where the World Championship is, Illinois, Wisconsin, Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas. The Midwest, I think I've been to every state at least 5 times, if not more. If I'm not competing in a duck calling contest, I'm definitely there to hunt. It started off as a competition between guides, and it evolved and evolved and evolved, and basically as a caller, you have a minute and 20 seconds to blow a routine and paint a picture for 5 judges that you're calling ducks from a distance. You call them in, they're circling your decoys, you lose them, you call them back, and then you set them down on the water. But duck calls, they're very loud compared to what you would use for hunting. If you want to call ducks at a distance to get their attention, this is basically what the judges want to hear. And that's a hail call. Then there's a lonesome hen call, which is you've got the birds, you got their attention, they're coming in. So now you got their attention, they're working your decoys. So you want to entice them to come in closer. So you do what is a feed call, and that gets their attention to come in even closer. And that's to mimic ducks on the water feeding. So in the routine, there's a part what's called a comeback call. So you've got the birds working, they've seen something they don't like, so they flare and they take off. So you blow what is called a comeback call, and this is it. And that's calling those ducks, pleading for them to come back. Please come back. Then after you do that, you hope that they come back, and you go right back into like hen calls and a feed call and what's called a lay down call. And it's basically a series of quacks and a real hard, loud hen at the end. And it sounds something like this. And that is, they're just about ready to light on the water, and that's when somebody says, take them, and you start shooting. At first it was the competitiveness of it, just being a competitive person. But after I'd done it for a few years, it was the people that I met. I have friends all across the United States. What I got out of it in friendships is, you can't put a price tag on it. the greatest thing that ever happened of winning and competing in a duck calling contest was the friendships that I made over the, God, almost 30 years of doing this now, 25 years.